Stable on the road. Okay, so we are setting off now from Woodhall to Workington. So I'll see you at the first stop, which is going to be the EV chargers to charge up our batteries. So we're going to do one full charge, and then we're going to head from Workington over to Whitley Bay on the northeast coast, and then come all the way back, hopefully on one charge. So watch this space, we'll see how we can do it. So it's kind of a two-in-one this video. It's a range test, and I'm also reviewing the GV70 Electrified. So if that sounds good, keep watching to see if we do end up making it there and back on one charge. About 210 miles, not the warmest of days, and we all know batteries prefer to be warmer rather than colder. So keep watching further into the video to see how we do with the range test. But let's start with the review. Let's start with the exterior design of the GV70 Electrified. This is really stunning looking vehicle, let's face it. It's based on the petrol model, so it's not a ground up EV. However, they have done some quite clever things with the electric technology and given it a decent enough range, beating the EQC from Mercedes. There's plenty of colours to choose from on the GV70 Electrified, with the standard being the solid Alta white. That looks really nice actually. We had one of those in our convoy and I really like the look of it. This is the Mauna Red, which is £750, as all the metallic paintwork options are. You've also got a few different colours. It's silver, Capri blue, which is that dark navy blue. You've got Store green, which is almost British racing green, but more olive toned, very classic looking. And a few other colours, Vic black, for example, and Uyuni white as well, which is like a pearl white that looks really nice too. So there's a few colour options. It'd be nice to have some more fun stuff, but they're definitely going with the premium vibe for very understated, classy looking cars. And this is nice for something a bit different. I'm not normally a big red fan, but this definitely stands out and turns a lot of heads. So let's have a look at the wheels now. Wheels on the GV70 Electrified are very easy to explain because there's only two options. As standard, you get these 19-inch wheels, which look nice, if a little boring. They look a bit small for the car, in my opinion. You can go up to these 20-inch dark alloy wheels for a £630 option. They look excellent, really nice. They're not a diamond cut look or anything like that, not two-tone, all just this dark grey, but look really classy. I really love this design, it looks excellent. The ride comfort on this, I'd say it's comparable to the internal combustion engine GV70 I had with 21-inch wheels on, whereas this is the electric with 20-inch wheels. Of course, this is a sport model as well. All GV70 Electrifieds are the sport models, so that makes it very easy as well. There's just one trim to choose from, however there is plenty of options to choose from. And to the front of the GV70 Electrified, you have a very similar face to the normal GV70. You still have this grille, and then down here is where your air intake actually is for the battery cooling, etc. There is one thing that I'm not a fan of, and that is the charge port placement. So it's right here, which is not the best design. So you've got your 3 bars to indicate how much battery you've got, that's good. And then you've got these that pull out. That's a bit faffy, especially with freezing cold hands, but that's not the bad thing. I think it's just the placement of it is the annoying thing about it. It's a long, big vehicle, and I prefer reverse parking. If you prefer forward parking, this won't be a problem for you, but I prefer it to be at the back of the vehicle rather than at the front of the car. However, it is capable of very fast charging. 350 kilowatts this can charge up to if you can find one of those chargers. That is very impressive. That means 10 to 80% can be done in 18 minutes according to Genesis. That is very, very good. I charge mine from 6% to 100%. It was about 40 minutes. It was very fast. Other people had more like 20% and it took them longer to get to 100%. So it's quite weird how the charging curve works. That's just a lot of the time to do with the charge port rather than the car, but it is capable of that fast charging. It was getting up quite fast. An overnight charge at home, it's a 77.4 kilowatt hour battery on a 7 kilowatt hour wall box, will take around 10 hours, which isn't bad. Big car, and it gives you a good enough range. Obviously, you don't have to leave it for as long as a 100 kilowatt battery, but it won't get you as far. And to the side of the GV70 Electrified, it's kind of the same story as the petrol model as well. You have these beautiful lines, just quite a unique look. Not everyone likes this tail fin section, but I think it is stunning. I think they've done a great job with the design. It does have rear tinted windows as standard, as all GV70 Electrifieds are the sport model, so that differs from the normal GV70. It starts at just over £65,000. Once you add options on, it can get up quite high. With this car here, wait for it, costing almost £77,000. So they're not a cheap vehicle, but they are going up against some very expensive cars like the Q8 e-tron, the new Q6 e-tron, the Porsche Macan, and many others that are just going into the market. So position themselves at that premium price point, but there's definitely lots of other cars that are a lot more money than this is. So come with me and see how far we can get on a charge. So we've made it to Whitley Bay on the east coast, northeast coast of the UK from the west coast. I've still got 117 miles left of charge and it's averaged 3.1 miles per kilowatt, which is actually really good. I've had the heating on and off and been driving quite normally, up to 60 miles an hour, 70, overtaking, but generally quite steady. It's done good, and hopefully we'll have enough charge to get all the way back as well. See there, I've averaged 3.1 miles per kilowatt hour, which is very good. Got 123 miles to get back, and we've got 107 miles, so we can do it. So I got back with 6%, which was like 12 miles. So we're charging it now. I've averaged 2.4 miles per kilowatt hour on the way home so far. Incredibly lovely weather today, but good that you got all-wheel drive all the time for conditions like this. Feels very big and luxurious. I am going to miss it. It's so smooth. It is just very luxury, and it looks luxury as well. You feel quite VIP driving it, I think. For families, this is a good option. And of course, this is like a global vehicle, so it sells really well in Canada and America, and of course in South Korea it sells very well too. 490 PS works out to 483 brake horsepower. 0 to 62 can be done in 4.2 seconds, which is very, very good. Very fast. You got this boost button down here as well, which unleashes all that extra power for 10 seconds. And normally you get about 420 brake, which is plenty enough. You don't have to utilise all that power, especially if you put the pedal on. You can drive a bit more efficiently with one pedal driving, and it makes the pedal a bit heavier as well. It's very quiet and refined and smooth. The 19s will be further smoother. However, I think these wheels look really, really good. So coming towards the roundabout now, I'm in one mode away from iPedal, which is the full one pedal driving mode. You get a lot of regen. However, if you want to come to a complete stop, you can just knock it onto the iPedal. I've just been driving it in eco mode really. You get a bit of body roll as well, but obviously the batteries are in the floor, so that helps with the centre of gravity. And you have the power of a sports car and the braking power as well. So they've got some very meaty brakes on this too. Safety assistance systems are actually quite good on this in the fact that they're not really overbearing, they're not beeping at you, because some of them are so sensitive. And also, if you do happen to go over the speed limit, on the heads-up display it goes red, the speed, very slightly, but it doesn't start binging at you and beeping at you. Nothing on this is really invasive, so I really like that. It's 50 here. Let's put the boost on. Boost, go. Wow, that was fast. And then it takes boosting off. There we go. And then it feels slow, but it's not slow. Wow, that is crazy. And I don't think you're going to have much battery left if you do keep boosting it, but good fun. The fact that it is so smooth though, sometimes it feels actually slower than a internal combustion engine car, because you just can't quite fathom how fast you are going. Obviously being in 2.3 ton thing as well. Very fast. Very smooth, very fast. The nav is very good on this as well. I really like it.
The route guidance will start now.
The route guidance. And it comes up on the heads-up display. Everyone knows that Kia and Hyundai are at the forefront of a lot of stuff at the moment. I'm very excited to test the GV60 because that's actually based on the electric platform which the Ioniq 5 and EV6 are on. That should be really interesting. The official range on the GV70 Electrified is 283 miles WLTP, which is pretty good. It's more than the EQC SUV from Mercedes. It's not quite reaching Audi's levels though with their new Q6 or Porsche with the new Macan. Both of those cars are some good competitors to this vehicle. Interesting cars at the moment, but of course they're both ground up built as EVs. I think that's the nice thing about this car. So you've got obviously the blend of the screens, but you've got the buttons. I think a lot of people, even though I think it looks really good, the new Q6 e-tron screens, I think a lot of people can find that a bit overwhelming. They'd probably prefer this approach rather than that. This is a bit more traditional, but it works well, especially with the rotary dial. If you're used to BMW or even Mazda systems, I think you'll get on very well with the rotary controller. It is touchscreen, but it's a bit of a stretch. On the facelift one though, overseas, they've got the screen a bit closer. That should mean it will be able to be easy use as a touchscreen and also use the rotary controller as well. Because you've got that all-wheel drive, it feels very sturdy and stable on the road, which is really great. You feel quite confident driving it. I'll put it on the iPedal. So the iPedal's like your one pedal driving mode, and that helps with your efficiency. So as soon as you come off the accelerator, the car slows down very fast, which a lot of EVs can't do. It comes to a complete stop as well. Good if you're looking for a practical enough SUV that still gives you that fun edge while you can still save money on fuel. Benefit in kind and road tax. These will all very shortly cost £600 a year for road tax, the same as the petrol and diesel counterparts. Benefit in kind tax, however, for one of these for the year, it depends on what your salary is, etc. But you'll probably end up spending from anywhere from £250 to about £450 a year that you'd be paying, which is great. Diesel or petrol counterpart, we're looking at £4,000 to £8,000. So that's a big saving on top of your fuel savings as well. And my whole time I've averaged 2.6 miles per kilowatt hour. It's nice and cozy and warm, the heated steering wheel's on, I like that. You feel very premium inside here. It's very similar to the petrol model that I was in just the other week. So everything is very easy to use, really ergonomic. Buttons and interfaces, most people can get along with really easy. This 14.5-inch screen is standard as well. And this car's got the innovation pack, so it includes the wireless phone charging, the 360-degree cameras, the heads-up display, and a few other features as well. You can see there, this one does have the heads-up display. There we go. So that is a nice feature to have. It takes a bit of getting used to, and you have the excellent digital dials there anyway. And the Apple CarPlay is now wireless as well, so they've updated that, which is excellent. Now this has got the Napa leather interior, which is really lovely. You can get normal leather, and there's 3 colours for both options. Obsidian black, which is this one, Pine Grove green, not a fan of that one, and glacier white, which looks stunning but must be very hard to clean. So I think this is my favourite, the black, because you get this lovely light headlining, Alcantara on the Napa leather interior pack, which is fantastic. Something to bear in mind is some of the options are different prices on the electric and the internal combustion engine cars. The innovation pack is cheaper on the EV. Interior is good, everything's good quality. The only criticism is after a few hours the seats felt a bit firm on the bum rather than the back. The back's fine, they're very supportive. I just found the bases. Test it out for yourself because the other journalists didn't seem to have any issues with theirs, so it's probably just me. You can opt for a sunroof as well. However, if they have a light interior, they'll have a dark headlining. If they have a dark interior, they'll have a light headlining. So it's always bright and airy in the vehicle, whatever materials you go for. They don't do a black on black like Audi do. I love this Alcantara roof. I don't think I'd be bothering with a sunroof, and it'll also reduce your range ever so slightly as well. All the buttons are proper buttons. This stitching's lovely all along the dash. It looks very good. It's very well done. Fingerprint sensor actually to start the car if you want to do that. And apparently the app is very good. I haven't actually set it up on this one, but you can do all sorts on the app. Everyone else was raving about it. You can precondition the car, which is great. Preheat it for when you get in it, cool it, all sorts of stuff, and it's free with the car. So a good thing to have. I feel like this car feels very British with its Bentley and Aston Martin vibes. Korean technology and a bit of German as well. and it's just all mixed together. There will be a facelift coming soon. There is already in America, and that brings the screen forward a bit. And you can see over my 486 miles with the car, I've averaged 2.6 miles per kilowatt hour, and then the best I got out of it was 3.1 miles per kilowatt hour, and on the way back I got 2.7 miles per kilowatt hour. This particular car has got the innovation pack, as they call it. It gives you the heads-up display, which with the navigation, it is very good. It was incredible, giving you which lane you need to be in. Even the blind spot detection comes up on it. So that is really great, keeping your eyes on the road. Also on the innovation pack, you get the 360-degree cameras. You get the remote smart parking assist. I mean, it doesn't really get old. It's pretty cool. It's very cautious, which you'll be pleased to know. It's not like running away. It goes very slowly. It's very reliable at stopping. So it's a safe feature to have. It's like moonwalking. Very cool. And a few other features like the wireless phone charging. So it's quite a good pack to have. It is over £3,000, but it gives you a lot of features that other manufacturers have in separate packs. So would have been nice to see that all standard, but a lot of people don't want all that tech, so that's fine. So I'll pop it into reverse now. You can see all the cameras come up. You've got the 360 cameras, which are useful if a bit disorientating. This car has also got the convenience pack, well, the extended one, which includes the heated front seats and the rear in the extended one. And also it includes the heated steering wheel. That is a nice thing to have, especially with an electric car, because you can use less juice and just heat up where you need to. Another great feature for that is the fact that you can have driver only climate, so you don't have to heat the whole car. You can just have it focused on the driver, which is something that not all EVs do. So moving on to boot space and practicality on the GV70 Electrified. Open it up. Here we go. Oh, a Rogue glove. It is a bit smaller than the petrol model. At 503 litres, it's 39 litres smaller than the 542 you get on the petrol and diesel models. So not the biggest in the class, but it is bigger than the Mercedes EQC SUV, which gives you 500 litres, but it can't quite reach the Q8 e-tron's 569 litre boot. So it's kind of average. To be fair, the load cover is quite low, and that's where they measure the boot volume up to. You can see you have that completely flat floor going in and these nice scuff plates as well. And then under here, a little bit of storage and then further storage here. This is your vehicle to load the connector. So essentially how this works, you can plug this into the vehicle and then you've got a 3-pin plug here. It's what a lot of people are talking about, and it should become a bit more popular in the next few years. That's £950 optional extra. You do have a bag for your cables with some very strong Velcro. I did struggle getting that off before. That is some strong Velcro on there. Most cable bags are tiny and you can only get them in for the first time, and then good luck trying to get them in again, but that's quite a good box. Does take a bit more space though. The electric tailgate is standard as well. You could press it, or of course you have the key fob as well to shut it. Like so. While we're at the back of the car, you've got the same lights that wrap around. Indicators are down here, I'll show you those. I would have preferred them to be in the top lights, as I said in the petrol review, but they are very bright. Up here, swooping along would have been really nice Audi vibes. Of course, we've got no exhaust at the back either, as it is fully electric, and no fakery going on, just a nice chrome finisher there. A rear wiper. It's a nice feature that we're seeing disappear from many cars, so I like that. And your boot release button is just there as well. And Genesis is spelled across the back, which is very Porsche vibes to me, and I really like it. And in the back of the GV70 Electric, again, very similar to the petrol model, same amount of space, not a massive amount of knee room, but quite a bit of headroom. Convenience pack adds these as well. Your little blinds, which are nice. Very good quality armrest back here. You can also adjust how reclined you are, and you can do that on both sides, so that's great. Kids should be more than happy in here. There is no sliding function to slide the seats back. That would have been quite nice to give you a bit more leg room. And then you've got your climate control with the heated seats because it's got the extended convenience pack as well. Overall, it's all right in the back. Not as good as the Q8 e-tron, but it's not bad at all. Just on cue, it has started raining. That is my time with the GV70 Electrified almost up. It is going back tomorrow. I've thoroughly enjoyed my time with this vehicle. It doesn't have too many downsides. The seats for a longer journey were a bit firm. The range is decent for not a ground up build. Oh my God. Okay, so if you've seen my videos before, you'll know I don't normally finish the video in the car, but it is hailing and this is going back tomorrow. It's about to get dark. So this is the end. I want to say a huge thank you to Genesis UK for making this video possible, lending me the previous GV70, this one, and inviting me on this trip. I've had the best couple of days. It's been excellent and really exciting to share with you the range that this car can do and just share more of the brand with you. Looking forward to even more Genesis content coming up very soon. So keep an eye out on the channel. If you do like Genesis content and new car content, make sure to hit subscribe. There's not much that I don't like about this car. The range is decent enough that we've proved over 200 miles is achievable. Of course, now there's SUVs with 300-400 miles range, but for a premium offering, it is definitely better than the petrol version. It's been excellent. Thank you again. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.